Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. The last episode we made it to Act 2 Town.
What do you want?
I decided to do a little bit of gear checking and improvements. And one of the things is that I want to get more damage out of my weapon. So we combine the weapon with a whetstone. And the best rustic says I can at this moment sacrifice, which is a blue one because I don't have any rares. And if we offer it to the gods of Groost, then we get one with 44% increased physical damage, which is a nice improvement from 18. So we go from 18 to 35 damage, all the way up to 22 to 43 damage per attack. And I also recolored the sockets to be all red, so we can put in Sunder, my new favorite attack, Stun to just stop more monsters in their tracks, and added fire damage, because doing more damage should help with the stunning part. Also, I equipped the unique helmet we found in the, I think it was the previous episode. So we gain another 22% increased physical damage on top of everything else. The trade-off being that we cannot evade enemy attacks, but since I'm mostly focusing on armor anyway, not being able to evade attacks is not going to be too big a issue. And with that, I think we are all set up
if you
to
must.
go. So let's head east. We actually have a couple of things to do on the east side of town. One of them is, of course, killing Craton, because we don't like him. We like Oak better. He's our buddy. Another thing is the Chamber of Sins. And something that's now on the agenda is the crypt. And the reason for the crypt is not just because we get a jewel from it. It's actually because there is a trial of ascension in the crypt. So we need to go there and do it, so that once we reach Act 3, we actually gain entrance to the labyrinth. Similarly, Chamber of Sins level 2, I believe it's level 2, also has a trial in it. So there's a lot of trials on this side of town. Just look at the monsters. Go. Yeah, there's some heavy strikes. And we get a red beak. Found enough of those to start to recognize the graphics. Yay, it's a red beak. It's very nice if you're gonna go early. I mean, I've actually had characters start with a red beak and it lasted well into Act 2 before being replaced with other weapons. Especially if you dual wield them, they do decent damage. So what's the DPS? 111, this is 160, but we do extra damage with the shockwaves, so I think for single target our beefed up Sunder should now actually be better than our standard attack. Though in terms of stunning, because this does all the damage in the single hit and the Sunder does the initial hit and then a secondary hit that does 70% of the damage, you do about 185, maybe 190 DPS. But it's divided among 2 hits. So in terms of stunning, it only pays attention to a single hit, of course. Let's see, we have some plain flasks, we don't have any minions. Oh wait, we actually have the totem. That's sort of kind of a minion. So none of these actually boost. And they're useful because I can no longer evade stuff. Yeah. You, go misbehave. Whoa. 3 hits to kill the small apes. Totem has come quite far. Well, it pays off to boost the damage on your entire character and on your weapon. Then the totem benefits from it. Considering I've mostly been using spell totems, which just scale independently of your weapon, it's interesting to have a totem that actually scales with weapon damage. So can we actually stun you with a heavy strike? Questions of life. Ah, how cute, the little ones. And we stomp all over them. And there is the crossroads. And for now I'm skipping the den because, well, you get a belt from it. That's useful, but not overly exciting. So I'll just do that in between episodes somewhere as a side quest, just like the fetid pool in Act 1 where you get the respect point. I do it when I need a respect point, but not gonna make it part of the main content. It's more interesting to just advance in the game, make it to further acts, and discover more awesome skill gems. Oh, you're standing behind me. Okay. Arguably this is a slightly faster than just walking, but not a lot. So first up, Kraityn. Oh, you actually survived. And there is another Perandus cache. Here, have a totem. And then we just smash face.
My mana is gone.
So the Perandus cache, it actually seems to have seals around it that disappear to revive or spawn monsters. And I tried to pay a little bit more attention to the actual graphics of those things, just see if there are good visual indicators that you can use to see how many you have left. But it looks like there's stuff wrapped around the cache that's basically keeping it locked. Let's put the totem down. So the nice thing about Sunder is that it's a melee attack that's also a ranged attack. Because this is usually the distance where you shoot at with your bow. And you can just hit stuff with a melee attack. It's... Sunder. I also wonder if putting increased radius on the protector totem, because well, actually it doesn't have an AoE thing, but it has a trigger range. I mean, if you are not within a certain range, it's not going to do anything. So I wonder if putting an AoE, increased AoE on it will allow you to walk away further and still have it do something. Because if I stop, well, okay. Yeah. Okay. Just wondering out loud there. Because that's especially useful if you place it further ahead of you to gather the mobs around it. It's about the halfway point of the radius of Sunder that it still works. So, I suppose that's pretty good. Oh, and this guy, he has an orange glow rather than a yellow glow. That's because he has a Nemesis mod. That's one of those orange modifiers. So they now have a different color. So especially stuff that's gonna explode in your face is now slightly more visibly highlighted. Let's see. Yep, we're just gonna cross over here, and for now I'm gonna ignore the endurance charges and I'm gonna go up here and grab barbarism towards the mace line. But we do have our armor beefed up pretty well. Currently 43% damage reduction with 230 points of armor. Hello guys. Let's keep going. Did we follow the waypoint already, or did I just stray from the road? I strayed from the road. That was not a very wise idea, actually. But I was following the kills. Coral amulet, always useful to have one or two of those in your stash. Ooh, sledgehammer. I'm using a mallet. Okay, this sledgehammer has almost better damage than what my mallet already has. So I just found myself a new weapon. Very good. Next time we're in town, we're gonna fix it up with some nice enchantments. We'll probably do that after recording this episode. I'll do the den. Get myself a nice belt, a rare belt, and then enchant the mallet or the sledgehammer to be awesome. Right, and there was actually no waypoint here. Boo hoo hoo. So my shiny bismuth flask provides me with a little bit of movement speed. Ooh, Strongbox. See, yeah, it's not worth enchanting it yet, it's just too early. Not a coral amulet, it's a lower tier one though. Hey. And the world explodes. Well, their world explodes. Another bismuth flask, gnarled branch, fish gill. Just a bunch of rares. Anything interesting on this? 12 extra charges. That's a bit more than we got, but physical attack damage leached as life during flask effect, but it's only 0.4%, so that's if you do 1000 damage, you gain 4 life. Yeah, that's not worth it yet. Not worth it at all. Wisdom scroll. In the patch note, there was something about these bandits summoning aid during the fight as they get wounded. So my usual strategy of just killing all the henchmen and then going for the boss might not be optimal anymore, because you just get more henchmen.
So trouble.
You die. Okay, we're just gonna kill all his buddies. Actually, works pretty well. Ah, cool, they actually come out of the tents. That's thematically well done. So, I'm afraid... Okay, so it seems about every quarter of his life that he just gains extra charges. Here, have a totem. That way he can just keep wrecking Craton. And we got him.
Your death had more honor than your life, Kraityn.
Good. Good. So, let's head back to town. Just empty our pockets. Let's see. That one we're gonna keep. Just ID some of the other things prior to selling them. Energy evasion, that's not quite what we're looking for. The 2.6 is too low to keep actually. This is a staff, we're not using staffs on this build. I actually considered going with staffs. I've also considered two-handed access, but in the end maces were just a way to thematically in line with how you want to play the character. Life regen, strength, life. It actually has more sockets than the current one, so we... we'll actually keep it. Good. More sockets is good. So we put everything else in here. Put everything in the sorting bucket and I'll just deal with it later. Nice thing about a sorting bucket, you can just keep going and then later on fix things. It doesn't slow down your play session, that's the most important bit. So let's go Chamber of Sins first. Oh, no, kill this guy first. Okay. Put one of these down here, we'll behind him a bit and then just smash back whilst they line up. Currently level 17, this is a 15 area, so I probably shouldn't focus too much time on killing a trash mob, so I should probably focus more on just getting ahead. Hello there, call off the head saver. Goodbye. So it's encounters like that where you're standing still is where it's actually useful to summon a totem to just finish off the weaker things. Ooh, Perandus himself.
Might I unburden you of some cumbersome coinage?
Axiom Perpetuum. I need more coins. I drastically need more coins. Increases elemental damage. Damage to... it basically adds all elemental damage to spells. And it increases crits, therefore increasing the chance of a status effect. This is a very nice scepter if you're playing any kind of elemental-based spellcaster. But I don't have the Perandus coins for it, so that's too bad for me.
The Eternal Empire was built by sickened minds.
More fire damage. I think the Marauder is slightly judgmental. Ooh. We get Mark of Cannibalism blue things attached to the box. So if we have a look at the box, it's wrapped in chains. Let's not look too much at the box, they're hurting me. Note to self. Enemies can hurt. So now it's no longer wrapped in chains. And we get a whole 4 coins. Chestplate, well, hey, that's a Tri-Link. That might actually be worth upgrading too. Well, let's see what I'll do with it. Let's move on. I'm level 17, so getting reasonably close to level 25, which is, or at least item level 25, which is when the 4 links start dropping. Let's see, we get quite some extra life. Well, this is a instant recovery potion, of course, which is pretty useful for panicky situations. Boost evasion rating, don't really care. We're gonna go up and left, boost our damage. Because, well, who doesn't like more damage? With the exception of those guys. They are not fans, but they will always be the haters. So of course we deal with them in the least constructive way possible. We just kill them. Solves the problem, can't argue with that. Let's see, let's focus on the necromancer, then our totem body can just focus on the minions. Yes, like so. Okay, Chamber of Sins, level 2. If I remember reading correctly, see, solve the trial of Ascendancy in this area. It's very nice they actually pop it up, so you know exactly where to go. So, as far as I know, every trial is going to be different. So, the lower prison dealt with spikes. I'm very curious to see what this one is going to do with. How it's going to be different. Now there should at least be one with spinning blades. But to be honest, I'm a little fuzzy on the details of the other ones. So we'll be discovering it together as we go along. Also, I probably might want to start paying a little bit more attention to getting some resistances. because they help you stay alive and, well, do attach quite some value to staying alive. Ah, okay, so here we have the fight with the lightning guy. Luckily I do have my bismuth flask.
Go and test your sinews against that monstrosity. Perhaps two wrongs can make a right.
I don't think Helena is a fan of me. Here, just keep the bismuth flask up. Also, totem, extra DPS, and we took him out. Let's see. Just keep double checking the things that my filter filters out, because there might be weapon upgrades or such in there. Now look for the Trial of Ascendancy. Oh, it's not going to be here. Can we jump over? We cannot jump over. That's too bad. Hello there, Helena. Goodbye. We'll see you later after I solve and survive this Trial of Ascendancy. But first we have to find it. Right, placed it slightly too far, so now it's actually not doing anything. Ooh, or provoke me. Those are always nice finds. Ooh, clear chest. Oh, what's your problem, guys? You do quite some damage. It's also nice how skills that you normally don't see until Act 3 are starting to appear here. And we solved the mystery. Ooh, minion damage. Wow, that's a lot of coins. 4, 2, 4, that's 10, that's 14 in total. Orb fusing, very appreciative of that. Mallet, well, that's what I'm using right now. I'm just gonna go for the sledgehammer. That's not worth picking up right now. And it's not showing on the loot filter because it's not linked. So, I had to discover more of the area. Wait, are you guys still alive? Not supposed to. Now what, we only explored a little bit of the area. I'm actually gonna put a cut in here. And then next episode we're gonna do this trial and we're gonna go over to the crypt and do the other one. That seems like a much better plan. So, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.